On this video, I'm going to talk about why you shouldn't take Michael Burry's predictions with any grain of seriousness. Hi everyone, so if you're an expat or a high net wealth individual, go over to infuriated.com and see how we can help you. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about Michael Burry. Now he is the person who basically predicted, I think it was the real estate crisis. He was featured on The Big Short and so on. And he's obviously a smart guy and he seems like a nice enough guy. But the issue here is this. Many people assume that if somebody's correctly predicted something, especially something big in the past, that means their future predictions are going to be proved right. However, past predictions are usually no indication of future right predictions. And I've seen this time and time again, not just with Burry, but with other people. So for example, Peter Schiff correctly predicted the financial crisis of 2008, although he predicted a financial crisis for about 20 years beforehand. But guess what? He also predicted there would be a depression, that there would be hyperinflation, that the dollar would be worthless, that gold would go to 6,000, that, I don't know, oil would be at $300 a barrel. Basically, most of his predictions have been proven absolutely incorrect. But by introducing him as, the man who predicted the financial crisis, that gives him some credibility. But obviously, if you predict a financial crisis every year for 20 years, you're probably going to be right at least once. We see a similar thing with someone like the economist Nouriel Roubini. Now, Roubini has a lot more credibility, I would say, than Peter Schiff. He also predicted the financial crisis. But by the same token, Roubini, when he's given predictions outside of his area of expertise, is not always very accurate at all. So for example, numerous times he's predicted a stock market crash, even in 2009, when stocks were incredibly cheap. When the Dow was at 7,000, it's at 35,000 now. He said cash is king, right? He's an economist, he's not an investment expert. And almost all of his main investment predictions have been proven incorrect. And even when it comes to economic predictions, he's always predicting doom and gloom, and then once every 15 years he's proven correct. And when we come on to Burry, the issue here is this. Yeah, he got one right prediction, one major prediction right, but he's predicted doom and gloom for everything, whether it's ARK ETFs, whether it's index funds, whether it's ETFs, whether it's the market. And guess what? He is going to be proved right again in 15 or 20 years about something. But just because he got one main prediction right doesn't mean that his additional predictions will be proven right either. In fact, I've noticed that people who get things right once, especially if they're very certain about their future predictions, they're less likely to be proven right again. Especially if you got someone who's not adding caveats that this might happen or that might happen. When you got someone like him who's actually, saying, this is definitely going to happen, or I'm shorting this or I'm shorting that, I would always be careful about that. I wouldn't assume that just because they've been proven correct before, they're going to be proven correct again. How can I help you? In two ways. First of all, are you an expat, a high net wealth individual, or just somebody who lives in a part of the world where it's difficult to get access to quality investment solutions? In which case, go onto my website on infuriated.com and find out more. If you don't fit into any of those categories, then in which case there's a range of free material on my website, on this YouTube channel, and indeed on my Quora, where I get over 200 or have received over 231 million views in the last few years. And finally, if you want to actually read my thoughts in more detail, go onto Amazon and find my book on there.